That's what I say. This neighborhood used to be a what they call Jewish neighborhood. I always say, no. This doesn't go. It's not a Jewish neighborhood. Berlin. If you had come in the 18th century, what Mr. Bauer was explaining to you, and it was when Moses Mendelssohn was here. Moses Mendelssohn, you remember? The one who said, I'm German, we want to become German, we want to stay in this country, and they fell out of love with Germany. At that time, in the 1700s, it was about 90% of the people that were living here were Jews. But not so in the, let's say, 100 years ago. If you had come 100 years ago, who would have been living here? Do you think it's a poor neighborhood, or middle class, a rich, wealthy neighborhood? What do you think it was 100 years ago? Only by looking around what it looks today, or the courtyard you saw. What do you think? Is it a poor neighborhood or a rich, wealthy? What? Say it. Yeah. It was ordinary people, poor people, or, people that were not having a job. They were looking for a day labor. They wanted to find a job for a day. There were criminals, there were prostitutes, there were Jews, there were non-Jews, there were ordinary people, so the low class, the proletarians. They were living here. This was quite a poor neighborhood. Where were the rich people living? In the West. In the West, of course, there was where the KGB was, the big department store. Although today it's the other way around. This is a very, very expensive area. I mean, maybe you say, well, I would never love to live here in such a courtyard. But that is an exception because this is an art center today. You took already pictures of this, and no one lives here. But at that time, so it was a poor, let's say, proletarian neighborhood. And here then, in 1940, Otto Weidt opened up a factory. He had already had another factory before. Producing what? Brushes and brooms. And these brushes and brooms were needed for the German war industries. We can discuss it. Ammunition would have been much more needed than brushes and brooms, but it was considered a factory, or a little factory, which was necessary for the German war industries. It was not a big factory. It was not 300,000 people working in this company. It was about 35 people that were employed here. What were the people? When you look at this picture, what can you see? This is a picture which was actually taken in 1941. Whom do you see? Who is Otto Weidt? Who do you think Otto Weidt is? The one which?
Center.
This one? No? But you're very close. This one. This is Otto. Maybe it's a stupid question to ask about who is Otto Weidt, but he was already an older man. He would come, he was born not in Berlin, but he came from the Baltic Sea, from the north of the country. And he, if you may say so, he had fallen in love with Berlin. Berlin was a fascinating city in the 1920s. We were talking about the Roaring Twenties, movies, theater, singers, dancers. That was what he was attracted by. And he decided to move to Berlin, and then in 1940 he opened up this factory. What's specific or special about the employees, as you can see? He says German and Jews. How can you distinguish who is Jewish and who is not? The what? The beard. Ooh. Who's Jewish? And here is a good question, or a good remark, because what does a Jew look like? You don't want to say, huh? Thick glasses, long nose. Especially the nose is important. Or not? Stereotypes, huh? This is very, very strange, or very hard to say. Can be a Jew, can have dark skin? Or do they all have to be as beautiful blonde as we are? What does a Jew look like? What does he look like? Stereotypes, huh? So what you saw in the Jewish Museum, what Mr. Obama said, or showed you when you were walking by, a Jew has dark hair, thick glasses because they read a lot, and they have the big nose. All in all, they're ugly. Do you really think the Jews are ugly?
No.
Boys, if you saw the young Israeli girls, you would melt away. How sexy they are. And the girls, the young Israeli guys, hot, maybe, I don't know, but I don't know your taste, but you can't just say, well, Jews, no stereotypes. They are actually almost all Jews. But what is the problem? Or what is the issue? What do I want you to see? Get out of this picture. Some are blind, some are critical, seeing eyebrows. And that's exactly the same what Otto Weidt shared with them. Get problems. How do you see? So, in one hand, blind people are very good with their fingers, with their hands.
So this is actually an authentic learning site. This is very authentic. As you can see, this part of the building, I just took you away from the kids to show you this part, is where Inga Deutschkron, who's a very famous survivor, was hidden. We came here to see her many years ago, before this was actually a museum. And she was hidden here. And the first time we came here with Inga, this small space housed about 4 people of the family, and they were hidden in here for over